Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Good morning, Detroit! Let's go. Wake Up Woodward is back. This is Wake Up Woodward on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Matt Broder. This is my co-host, Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, how you doing this morning?
I am doing a little better than yesterday, but I still got my Jeezy voice.
Still on your Jeezy grind.
Still on my Jeezy grind. Put on for my city, right?
Exactly.
Hey,
exactly. That's what we're here to do today on Wake Up Woodward. Put on for our city. That is Detroit. We got KG in the sound booth.
Yes, sir.
KG, what up, though?
What up, though, man?
How you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm good, man. I got my coffee. I'm ready to rock,
You
man.
feeling that madness that is March?
A little bit.
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. We also got, as Kool-Aid likes to say, as I like to agree with, Woodward Sports MVP, JB Smooth, in the titty booth. Morning.
Man, brother, thank you for holding it down.
What's up? Bro, I got you. I got you. We're a team here. Sometimes we got to step up when our team's a little ill. We also got Sam Flannel's not here today. He is our third co-host on this show. He will be on Big D Energy with D-Mac as Neil Rule is down calling the Oakland University Golden Grizzlies opener, the March Madness, their March Madness opener tonight at 7:10 versus the Kentucky Wildcats. Shout out Terry Foster. Shout out Stick. Shout out everyone here at Woodward Sports who helps us. We got John Kloss behind the scenes. We got Ryan Lentz. We got Roman. We got Noah. Griffin Lacki, one of our top sales guys. He'll be on at 9:15. We're going to talk Michigan State basketball. I got to admit, guys, as you can tell, I'm not exactly a Michigan State expert or anything, so we needed Griffin to step in. He and JB are going to help run this segment, talk Michigan State basketball. We're going to give OU some love. We got so many people behind the scenes helping us out. Thank you all for being here this morning with us. Again, it's Wake Up Woodward on the Woodward Sports Network. Shout out to JZJ, Vincent Ellison II, Freddie Felt 2, Freddie Felt 313. Why did I say 2? Because Vincent Ellison was right above. We got Just a Fan, Brian Ruth, Jan, Ayala, Neckville. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Let's get this started. It's about 8:05. Actually, we're a little bit early. Let's go around the city, baby.
Let's rock.
I'm going to rely on you. This is maybe the most I'm going to ask you to talk today, Kool-Aid. The Pistons, last night, they lost 122 to 113 to the Pacers at home. Cade had 23, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Tell me about that game, and then there were 2 young players who we gotta talk about real quick.
It's really the 2 young players, man. This game was kind of predictable. You losing 2 of your better defensive players, your front court players, your rebounders, your tough guys in Ausar Thompson and Isaiah Stewart. They're both out for the season. Ausar Thompson with blood clots.
Blood clots?
Prayers up for him, man. Young guy.
Damn.
You never want to see that type of stuff. And Isaiah Stewart sustained a hamstring injury against Boston Celtics. And the game went as predictable as possible.
Dang, that's tough to hear. And watching Tyrese Halliburton's never fun for me. You turn on the Pistons game, you see what could have been, especially on a Wednesday.
He has a vendetta, too, so you never want to see him play against us.
You know every time he plays the Pistons, he's bringing his A-plus game. A-plus. By the way, shout out to you, Phil. You are here. Thanks for being here. I hope you're feeling better, by the way. I know you had that heart operation last week. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for being here. Eric Vincent. Sandra Powell. I think I said Eduardo O'Neill, but I'm going to say you again because you're a legend. Mike G. Thank you all for being here. Tigers. Actually, before I tell you about the Tigers game, do you guys realize the MLB season started yesterday? The Tigers are down in Florida for spring training, but the MLB season started. The Padres are playing the Dodgers actually right now in Game 2 of the season series opener in Seoul, South Korea.
Wow.
Shohei Ohtani's out there. I actually have a video for you guys to play for you guys at the end of this segment. My guy Jacob Cronenworth from the University of Michigan. He's a Padres first baseman. he had a little actually, it's not even his fault. There was a play that happened in the 8th inning yesterday. Wild situation. I will tell you about it in just a few minutes. But the Tigers had a monster win. Huge spring training win. No, they won 12-3 over the Minnesota Twins yesterday.
Is there anything to take away from this game?
There is. Casey Mize, another starting pitcher for the Tigers. Really, the whole staff pitched well. Casey Mize pitched great.
It's great.
He went 4.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, only 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 0 earned runs. He got his pitch count up a little bit. He threw 70 pitches, 44 of which were strikes, and that's a pretty good ratio. Working on all different, all 4, really 4, his top 4 pitches, he was working on them. It's a fastball, slider, splitter. That's his strikeout pitch that he's trying to get back to being his best pitch, and then his curveball. He's looking really good. The hitters are looking great. That's actually, while Casey Mize pitched great, this team hitting, these young guys, these veterans, they're hitting great. Their approach at the plate is great. At this point in the season, we see guys getting on base. We see guys taking counts, getting the pitchers deep into their counts. So they're forcing the opposing team to throw more pitches. Once we get into this season, that's going to pay off in dividends.
Absolutely.
When you can either get to the bullpen early, you're forcing the starters at the top of their rotation to just throw more pitches, have to get pulled earlier in the game. So this is what hitting coach Michael Berdar and the whole organization is trying to do. They're trying to have their hitters have a much more disciplined approach at the plate. We saw it with Zach McKinstry. He went 2 for 3. Matt Vierling 2 for 2 with a run, a walk, a home run, 4 RBIs. Even Colt Keith, every time I see this man play, this kid, I think he's 22. He just got paid before playing a game in the bigs. But every time I see him up to the plate, he looks more and more mature. Like, KG, I'm so excited for you to see him play this season. I don't know how much you know about Colt Keith, but he's one of the young guys who this team has invested in for the future. But he looks like a veteran out there.
Yeah. What position does he play again?
Second base.
Second base.
He's an infielder. He's going to be at second base to start. Maybe later in his career they move him to third. He's a big kid. But we'll see. But this discipline for being a 22-year-old, this is why they're giving him money.
And just as a team, man, you want to see that with such a young team. We know last year they went through a lot of droughts in the hitting department. So for them to be showing such good plate discipline this early is a very good sign. Hopefully they stick with it. We know the only person that we can expect to be swinging at wild pitches is the man that must not be named, El Mago. But, but yeah, I'm looking forward to what this young hitting lineup can bring us, man. Do they have a new hitting coach this year?
A new hitting coach last year.
Oh, last year.
So it was Michael Berdar, former player and coach at the University of Michigan. He was the youngest hitting coach in the major leagues when he signed on with the Padres.
Yeah.
Scott Harris, who was with the Giants, poached him from the Padres. It was a year they had their best offense, even with they had all the star players, but their ability to get on base was at its peak. Their strikeout to walk ratio, all the advanced metrics were great. So they brought him to Detroit to revamp this entire organization.
And maybe he's starting to take hold with the young players. So,
yes.
Definitely want to see that.
Yes, very analytical based. They brought him in to truly transform their hitting department. And you brought up El Mago, and I meant to put this in my notes, but Ryan Kreidler, maybe the next shortstop in line. Guy, if El Mago were to get cut or benched, likely Ryan Kreidler would be that next man up. He went 2 for 3 with 2 runs and a walk, and continues to mash throughout spring training. The Red Wings, their next game is tonight at home versus the Islanders. We'll talk about that more tomorrow, but this is a big one. They need to scratch out every win possible. Islanders are not an easy team to beat, so they got to go out and beat them at LCA tonight. We talked earlier about March Madness. It starts today. It actually starts with the Michigan State versus Mississippi State game today at 12:15. They open up the entire tourney. Oakland University, the number 14 seed in their region, open up tonight at 7:10 versus Kentucky. Quick thoughts around the room. You picking Michigan State and Oakland to win today, Kool-Aid?
You know what? I'm going for the home state teams. Yeah.
Let's go. That's a dub for Michigan State and Oakland. What about you?
I mean, Michigan State, I expect to win. I'm not rooting for them by any means, but I am rooting for Oakland, man. Let's take down a blue blood in Kentucky, man. Let's get it done.
Take them down.
Take them down.
What about you, JB?
Oh, you know I'm rooting for the home teams, of course.
Ooh.
OU. Oh, come on now. OU and
Buddhist
MSU. And you know what?
Yep.
It's kind of crazy. I do have a very odd stat, if you don't mind me.
Please, JB.
A very, very odd stat. So I was this came to my attention yesterday, and I was listening to a couple of our local radio station affiliates here. But you guys know this, that for the past 3 years, a top 2 seed has lost in the first round to a team with some sort of dick related to it.
Some sort of what related to it?
What?
Dick team related to it.
A dick team?
Yes.
Like
So-
a penis?
Yes. It's kind of a
what?
yeah.
Give me an example.
This is
So,
a weird stat to look up, JB.
Hey,
Yeah, I wonder how this looks in the Google search.
Yeah, this just came up to my attention. So in 2021, Oral Roberts, beat Ohio State.
Oh, of course.
Of course. In 2022, St. Peter's beat Kentucky's. St. Peter's mascot is the Peacocks.
Oh,
Come on.
wow.
Yes. In 2023, Fairleigh Dickinson beat Purdue.
Unbelievable.
Now, you want to take a guess at which is a top seed playing a dick-related team this year?
Pause.
I know. The big pause.
Shoot, if I had thought about this so we could come up with something funny. I don't know. You got to tell me.
So number 1, Houston is playing Longwood today.
Oh, Longwood. Let's go.
If you're a betting person, if you want to take a long shot on this bet,
Bet on the big dicks.
yes, exactly.
Wow.
That was a very
Crazy.
wild stat
Double
that I
G.
came across.
Okay.
You left Broder speechless. That's how you know it's bad.
That's
Like,
how I know we got him.
I know. Tomorrow, by the way, I'll whip out my 3.0, my Big
Oh.
Mock 3.0
Okay.
tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So it's my Big Mock at 9 o'clock.
Let's not say
There's
whip
no
out.
easy transition from that.
Man.
I know you don't have anything to. This is one of those moments you definitely don't have anything to say. Keep that
voice
close.
gone for a reason.
I am going to come back to you, though, real quick, JB, because you're our buddy in baseball fan. And you said something. You were blown away by seeing Shohei Ohtani yesterday.
Yeah, because honestly, look, I've heard you guys talk about this guy, and I've seen a couple of his plays, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm impressed. But just actually sitting back and observing one of his highlights from yesterday, my man hit a 92-mile-per-hour fastball out of a stadium that has a dome in it. The exit velocity, 120. And he wasn't even fazed by it. Like, he's just like, okay, next play. And it just moves on. Like, he didn't care.
Could you tell from just seeing that, and I'll say you're a newish baseball fan, can you tell how special he is just from seeing a few swings?
I mean, I'm starting to see. It sucks, as you said earlier, like, you're not going to be able to see him pitch. But, hell, the batting off of just what I've seen is impressive enough. Like, this dude deserves this major contract that he's getting. And he's also smart, too, for backloading the majority of it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, Shohei Ohtani signed a 10-year, $700 million contract.
I remember.
It's by far the biggest contract in MLB history. But he signed it in a unique way where he's getting paid $2 million per year over the extent of that 10-year contract. And then as soon as that contract is up, he then gets paid $680 million.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
At the end of it. So, however, whatever the plans are, there's some tax implications. There's something he and his financial advisor are doing. It seems genius.
Yeah.
He gets to. I don't know what it is. I'm no tax expert. Also, April 15th, I believe, is tax day. So everyone, you got a little less than a month to get your taxes done. Maybe you need to wait till March Madness. See, it's for 2000. This game yesterday. I'm on one again. You're about to hear my voice too much again. This game. So I mentioned Jacob Cronenworth, former University of Michigan player. He plays first base for the Padres. The game yesterday, it was tied 2-2. And JB, I'm going to ask you to play this video. If you could play without sound, just in case to make sure of copyright things. There's a play that happened. You won't see this very often. The ball goes through his glove. He doesn't make an error, although maybe it counts as an error. An easy double play, 2-2 in the 8th inning, and the ball shoots right through his glove. JB, could you play this just to show the people what this looks like?
The Shohei one, right?
No, it's
Casey.
from Talkin' Baseball on Twitter. It's a Jacob Cronenworth. Should be in the show prop. If you don't got it, we'll come back to it. No big deal.
Yep. I think I got it. Yep.
Cool. Cool.
Give me 1 second. 'Cause I
No
gotta
problem.
mute the
So
volume.
the seams or how the baseball glove is tied up, for whatever reason it loosened, and this ball goes right through the glove.
All right, check it out.
So 2-2, top of the 8th inning,
Like, how?
Sheesh.
How?
and they show it in slow motion. Look at this,
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
right
Wow.
through the glove.
I still don't understand how that's possible.
It's a bad made glove.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Zion shoe situation.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, when he busted out of his Nike
Yeah.
shoe was it in the tournament or just that
I
season?
think it was just a regular season game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild.
It's wild, yeah.
I just thought you don't see that very often. To open up the season, to have your first loss because of that,
Yeah.
that sucks. They end up
In
losing
the press
5-2.
conference, I would have been trashing whoever brand is that glove is from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's actually a good idea. I got
That's
to figure out
pretty
what that
wild.
is.
Yeah.
Not good PR, like the priority patch.
Of course.
Of course. You know what is good PR? It's Planet Fitness. Before I tell you about Planet Fitness, we're welcoming Doc Maakaron at 8:30. We got Triple Threat with KG coming up in the second hour. I told you Griffin Lacki, our sales guy, is coming in to talk Michigan State basketball. We're also talking about Kool-Aid McKinstry's pro day yesterday. I got some comments about that. There was an important man from the Detroit Lions organization there to watch him. And he got a budding endorsement from one of his teammates. Can't wait to show you that. Let me tell you about Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. It's the judgment-free zone. And this is the place you can go, where anyone can go to feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. So check out your local Planet Fitness today, where your fitness is essential.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
And just in time for the NCAA tournament, what better way to bring it in than with Glorious Cannabis? The new Ice Water Bubble Hash Pre-Roll, now with diamonds. Come on, man. That's luxury right there. Constantly pushing to create the best cannabis experience. The perfect boost comes from added touch of pure THC diamond dust. Adding flower with only the highest terps, making the best even better. I might have to grab me one of these. Glorious Cannabis. Check us out at your local retailer or gloriouscannabis.com.
Oh, it's glorious. Good morning. Good morning. Wake up with Woodward. My name is Matt Broder. This is my co-host, Brandon. Young GZ Dent.
It's trap or die.
He's fighting through some voice issues, voice things.
Yeah, man. Michigan got me, bro.
Michigan got you.
Michigan.
It was snowing yesterday. We got the sunshine out today.
Let's go.
What are we going to do? We got KG in the sound booth, JB in the titty booth. Sam Flannel will be on Big D Energy today. We have a show for you. We appreciate all of you for joining. If you could hit that like button, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us out, helps push this content, this show out to more and more people. And then we can go back to our bosses and say, hey, look at how good we did this morning. So if you guys could support us, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We got to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions cornerback, currently Detroit Lions cornerback, Cam Sutton, is on the run still. I don't know if you guys heard the news yesterday. I'm sure a lot of you did, but let's revisit it here real quick. Cam Sutton, there's a warrant out for his arrest, a warrant for domestic battery by strangulation after an incident that occurred on March 7th, almost exactly 2 weeks ago. Exactly 2 weeks ago. This all came out yesterday. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, they put out on Twitter, on their Warrant Wednesday bit, very weird, we'll get back to that, but they put out on their Twitter that they're in search of Detroit Lions cornerback Cam Sutton. They haven't been able to reach him, get in contact with him since the allegations or the I mean, no disrespect if I don't have the language right, but the complaint against him on March 7th from the victim, which we know is a woman. We don't know who that person is. Prayers to that person. Cam Sutton is involved in something. He's down in Florida. He's in the middle of what appears to be a very difficult paternity battle. But this is a situation where he's being looked at for strangulation of a woman. This investigation just continues to gain more and more legs, but we don't know where Cam Sutton is. The police can't find him. They can't get a hold of him. They said yesterday, let me make sure I get this quote from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, says he's been ducking us. Our deputies have exhausted all leads here. That's what they said before they had to put out this notice on Twitter, on social media, that they're in search for Cam Sutton. KG, I'm just going to come to you. What are your initial thoughts of this? Like, where does your head go first? This is a horrible situation.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, we always want to acknowledge the victim. So just thoughts and prayers to the victim. I hope she's doing okay and she's recovering from the situation. But also, we need thoughts and prayers for Cam Sutton as well, because this is kind of scary at this point. He's been gone for 2 weeks. From what I gather, nobody can get in touch with him. His phone's off. It's just a really weird situation, after this amount of time, man. And you just hope that he's okay. And, once hopefully he's found, he can go get the help he needs. But yeah, it's a crazy situation. Somebody that we didn't think we would see this from. And you just hope that, everything's okay on that front and he can own up to what he's done if the allegations are true, and move forward. But yeah. It's very scary right now. We don't really know, what his personal situation is.
We don't know the details. We don't know anything confirmed from either side. Obviously, the police are searching for him based on these allegations. There's a warrant out again for domestic battery by strangulation. It certainly doesn't look good, but all the facts aren't out there yet. What we do know, and I see, and it's not your fault in the chat. Where was this person? Kevin Kelty said he allegedly threw his girlfriend out of a third-story window. That is not true. There's a lot of stuff floating around Twitter, people throwing out fake news, fake stories. Right. I remember I was duped a week ago from an ESPN or someone trying to be an ESPN reporter. There's a lot of fake news out there, so we really don't know all the details, but we know something happened. Mm-hmm. And it seems so out of character for Cam Sutton. And I'm going to my next few comments, I'm going to say not to defend Cam Sutton, just to paint a picture around why this is so strange. It seems so out of character for this player, this person, this human in particular. He came to Detroit. He signed a 3-year, $33 million deal a year ago. He was on the Armani Edwards and Maz show, one of his first interviews as a Lion, and couldn't be more appreciative, couldn't be more happy to have to put roots to grow roots in Detroit and sign this contract that he described as life-changing. He's so well-spoken. He's so kind. In the locker room, he was one of the most mature guys I met. Like, he was a leader of that locker room. So to see this stuff happen, to see someone like that be accused, and I want to make sure that I get my words right. He is accused now. It doesn't look good. I'm not taking the side of Cam. It just seems so bizarre. You got to imagine this involves something snapped, something mental health related, mental illness. Again, we don't know, so I'm not passing judgment. And I'm also not defending what he did. You cannot put your hands on a woman under any circumstances.
Yeah,
under any
absolutely.
circumstances. We need to find these details. JB, what are your thoughts on this situation? Yeah, I'll leave it at that. What are your thoughts?
Well, just hearing this news, I was shocked. I'm just like, what is happening right now? And as you said, there's a lot of fake news going out there. I as well heard the rumor of the girlfriend out the window thing, but I'm glad to know that is not true, because first of all, that's just terrible, even knowing that, you know, an NFL player, a Lions player would be capable of doing something like this. But as you said, you've been in the locker room with this guy, so you've kind of noticed, and I don't know how much you've talked to him, but you kind of notice if this guy gives off a very good vibe or a bad vibe, something like that. And did anything like pop up to you in your head that you seen like, oh no, this is a weird guy that you can't really trust?
Not once.
Mm-hmm.
Not once. Even
see?
through his struggles the second half of the season, which, again, this is all speculation, we think might have caused some of this. I mean, he was getting ripped apart on Twitter or Instagram, and we've seen screenshots of him responding to people kind of ripping on him. I mean, going at him, but he was also responding with some crazy talk back, which also seems out of character. It is so far from what I expected out of him. Like you said, someone in the chat said never judge a book by its cover. Oh, Corey Berry, can't judge a book by its cover. Everyone was worried about CJGJ, and not to include him in this mess, but I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Like there are antics and there are things that happen behind the scenes. This is surprising.
It is. And you just, first of all, we don't want to jump to conclusions. I know the court of public opinion is, you know, they're quick to deem quick judgments. We don't know all the details yet. I would just urge people to wait for all the facts and details to come out first, and allow this man due process, man. And like you said, you can't judge a book by its cover. You never know what somebody's going through in their own personal life. And the things that they struggle with on a day-to-day. A lot of people think, oh, he's an NFL player, he's got it made, right? And that's not always the case, man. You never know what somebody is dealing with, you know, behind the scenes. So, like I said, just please let's stop, you know, with the accusations and everything. Let's let due process take hold, and hopefully, you know, everything will get resolved in the right way.
We can pray for Cam Sutton to be safe, to then be able to face his act, face the discipline.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Should he do this, he deserves to face punishment. We just pray that he's safe. He hasn't harmed himself, hasn't harmed anybody else, and most of all, the victim. I mean, again, there are details yet to come out. Whoever is the victim in this, prayers to them. We hope they're all right. I'm interested in, and maybe this is something, I'm kind of pulling this out of left air. We can ask Doc in the next segment, because he's a licensed therapist. He might have some experience in something related to this, domestic, parental or paternity disputes, or what's it called for the kids? Paternity, maternity, trying to the word's escaping me.
Or
like a custody battle.
Custody, that's the word I was going for. Maybe we'll ask Doc that. I also want to ask Doc next segment, sort of, we'll get in the conversation, what could this mean for the Detroit Lions team? Where do they go? Cornerback was a position of need even before this incident happened.
Right. Even more so.
What do they
now.
do? Do they address it in the draft? Do they get another free agent? Stephon Gilmore, bring him home. We'll turn this, we'll make some more light of this. We got Doc coming up next. Make sure you come back after this break, after I tell you about Premier Pet Supply. Because if you want to give your pet the best, Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. They have the same prices and all the convenience of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated, and have been for over 30 years. They got over 60 brands of food, and guess what? They got nutrition experts to help you figure out the best food for your dog, cat, iguana, lion, golden grizzly. They offer same-day, local, curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. This is where you give your pet the best. Check them out, www.premierpetsupply.com.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Football season is officially over, but the 2024 season is just beginning. We got free agency. We got the draft coming up. A lot going on, but you know what you can rely on 24/7, 365 days a year? That's Jack Labrador. Check them out at jacklabrador.gg. You can learn how to play this brand new game on your phone. They've retired the old rock, paper, scissors. They have 2 new symbols and a franchise changing, like Steph Curry, 3-point play. Remember, once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg now. Welcome back. This is the Wake Up Woodward Show on Woodward Sports Network. My name is Matt Broder. I'm here with my co-host, Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid Dent.
Hey, it's Jeezy today.
It's Jeezy today.
Yeah, putting on for the city.
Let's go. You're a go-getter. That was a Jeezy song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. We got KG in the sound booth.
What up?
Hey, Young Jeezy, my knowledge of Young Jeezy, does that help raise my score in the a Broder Black Card game we're going for?
It does, absolutely.
My dog.
You know the main one, so that's as long as you know those, you're fine.
Let's go. And we got GB in the TD booth.
Cheer.
That's the man, the
Shout out
myth, the
Denver.
legend. I appreciate you all for being here today. We got a special guest here every Thursday at 8:30. We welcome John, the Doc Maakaron, public editor at All Lines of Sports Illustrated.
Check out that head, though.
You got a big head, Doc. Real quick.
Yes, sir.
All Lions, a Sports Illustrated, All Lions publisher, the Detroit Sports Podcast, at Detroit Podcast on Twitter. Doc, good morning. You have a big head.
Yes, sir. It's time for the tournament, boys. I'm ready. And to go with the theme, I'm going to need Tom Izzo to not bring the little dick energy. I'm going to need him to pop the Viagra before the game.
Pop it.
And let's go. Bring the energy for a Spartan team that has underachieved. Bring the big dick energy today, and let's beat Mississippi State. Let's go. I don't want to sit back at noon and be booing my alma mater. Tom Izzo's got to bring it. He's got to be a factor because he has underwhelmed all throughout this year with his rotations, with the manner in which he's gotten this team to play. So now it's time. It's time for Tom Izzo to carry this team into the Sweet 16. Let's go.
That's what
Let's
I'm
go,
talking
Doc. I'm taking on we're a Detroit sports show, so we're rooting for both OU, which I know you're a Golden Grizzlies. Actually, it's more of a Detroit Mercy fan, but you support the Golden Grizzlies and Michigan State today. Any predictions? Number 9 Michigan State versus number 8 Mississippi State. We'll just start right here. What are you thinking about this game?
Yeah, look, I think Michigan State goes as Jaden Akins and Tyson Walker go. If they can shoot and the guard play can live up to expectations, heading into the season, you thought that Michigan State had elite guards. If they can play stout defense, I expect Michigan State to advance. And then with Oakland, I think that that's going to be a real grinded out kind of game. But in the end, I just think that Kentucky's got too much. But it's going to be a fun primetime game that's going to feature the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. It's a great story with Townsend and Golke and the way in which they're going to play. They're going to play great defense. So the tournament's here. I'm locked in, ready. I'm going to be sitting in this chair probably for the next 12 hours, and I'm going to enjoy college basketball and cuss out the Michigan State Spartans when they turn the ball over and have those offense. You know when Michigan State's playing bad, they have the offensive lulls, they have the turnovers, but man, I think the Michigan State game is going to be a race to 35. My God.
You might be right. Fortunately, I am picking MSU to win that game. And look, you got a big head too. I just naturally have a big head, so I feel like I fit here on this screen. But, Doc, I got to, not to bring the mood down at all, I want to ask your opinion. We talked on your podcast yesterday about this Cam Sutton situation. There haven't been any new, that I'm aware of, any new news to that, new details that have surfaced this morning. But what are your initial thoughts? And I was talking before the break, do you have any experience dealing with, I don't know, custody battles, domestic, in your other professional, your profession as the doc?
Yeah, no doubt. It's tough. I am, outside of being a sports reporter, 20 years ago, I got my degree in psychology. I have a private practice, but I've scaled it down a little bit because, I also have a passion for sports and for the Detroit Lions as well. But back in the day when I started my private practice, I would take on all clients, children, adults, couples, and the nastiest cases, the toughest cases involved custody disputes. It involved putting the kids in the middle, and it involved just two adults just slinging mud at each other. And it was the toughest, emotionally toughest to deal with. So in the last 5 years, I have just completely avoided any cases that I know involve custody disputes. There's no win. I don't want to end up in court having to defend my position. And so for me, being successful with the psychology practice in sports, I've decided to just pick and choose certain clients I want to work with. And I'll completely avoid custody disputes because it's just so emotional, high tense, and it's just very much a situation in which when you're involved in something like that, there's a primal nature when it involves kids. And I just did not want to be I did not want to be put in the middle of that. And if that's the case for Cam Sutton, it's also something that, hopefully when he's found, he can get addressed through therapy and get himself right. Because first and foremost, when you got family problems, you cannot be right mentally at all. It's just not going to happen, let alone play football at the highest level.
Yeah, I hear you. Prayers up to all them. This is a ongoing, a fluid situation. We've been talking about it, so I'm not going to spend too much time. But I know KG, and for all, we're going to jump ahead a little bit. This is not Doc or us trying to be insensitive, but we have some questions just about the Lions on the football field, like what this could mean contractually. KG, I know you got a question for Doc.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? Yeah, a lot of people online have been discussing, if the Lions were to cut Cam Sutton, that's supposed to provide some kind of financial relief cap-wise. What are your thoughts, or do you have any information that would suggest that if the Lions, because you have to assume that Cam Sutton, we won't have his services for the upcoming season, do you have any information that would suggest that would provide any cap relief if they were to release him?
Yeah, absolutely. And here's how it goes. Obviously, the Lions are going to do their due diligence. They're going to get all the information, go through the process, and if indeed they find that Cam Sutton broke a contract clause, they will get cap relief. But it's not something like the $10.5 million, his cap hit. It's not like something they can just bank and store. They have to use it. From my understanding, they'd have to just go out and spend it on a free agent. So it's something that I know some of the insensitive fans online were like, well, even though Cam Sutton's going through a personal matter, his play on the field wasn't that great. They kind of looked at it from that perspective. And that's how a lot of fans will look at it in regards to what is the cap saving. But in the end, it would just probably mean the Lions would go out and get another cornerback or use the allocation for opportunities to improve the team. So it's unfortunate. I do kind of think that's what would happen, but I am curious because, you look at it and this is one of the first tests for Brad Holmes in regards to how he treat players.
That's
and
right.
the locker room is going to look at this. If Cam Sutton emerges and he tells a story about, struggling with his mental health or having an episode or something happen, and you just blow him out of your organization, some are going to say, hey, wait a minute, you're insensitive. I hearken back to Nick Saban when he had a player that was, having trouble at Alabama. You can go online and see his famous speech where he said, hey, do I just blow out this guy and send him out to the streets, or do I embrace him? Do I help him grow, learn from his mistakes, help him and help him grow as a man and as a person? And that is the biggest challenge also in my professional career in regards to psychology, is the notion of what's a right punishment for somebody who does wrong, and what's the level of mental health concerns that drive these behaviors. And for the Lions, this is delicate. It's very much a situation in which they will, I think, look to gather all the facts, all the information, and they'll definitely follow all the protocols. But if indeed Cam Sutton's run in Detroit's over, then the Lions will just have opportunities to get players to fill the void, probably at the cornerback position.
Gotcha. Thank you for that information, Doc.
Yeah.
On the football field now, it seemed there was a need at least to add one more cornerback anyway, whether Cam Sutton's on the roster or not. What would be your strategy now? Sort of finishing off the secondary. Are you going to go free agent? My guy Stephon Gilmore is out there, plus some other guys. Do you go draft? We're talking Kool-Aid McKinstry in the next segment. He turned some heads in his pro day yesterday. How would you attack this next month and a half?
Yeah, no, it really does. The Cam Sutton situation throws a monkey wrench into the entire operation, because you and I talked about it on the Detroit Sports Podcast. We just talked about how potentially the Lions could have went best player available in the draft. Now, maybe there's more of an emphasis on cornerback. Is it Kool-Aid McKinstry? Do you trade up? Do you take a swing for Quinyon Mitchell? Do you go for the best cornerback? You know that Brad Holmes got an up-close look at Terrion Arnold and Kool-Aid McKinstry. You hope that they will fall potentially to that spot. But I look at it and I say the Lions in this draft have a lot of options where if a player that they want at the defensive back spot is not there, maybe you go TJ Tampa in the second round. There are some players that have depth that, that can be players that you can add in later rounds of the draft. But I think you tackle it. You can never have enough cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And if Cam Sutton's not the answer anymore, then quickly at this point, before any moves are made, you're counting on Carlton Davis and hopefully a returning and healthy Emmanuel Mosley. And you got Robertson now, who's a free agent. And potentially speaking, you go out there and get a veteran in Stephon Gilmore to pair him with his brother. You look at the development of the players already on the roster, and it's just a tough position to fill for the Detroit Lions. And so as many cornerbacks as you think you need to have competition and to fill out your roster, man, it's unfortunate. Cam Sutton really did, this situation comes out of the blue, throws a monkey wrench, and could have long-lasting ramifications for the organization.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to seeing Cam Sutton back in a CB2 or more of a slot cornerback role, where he seems to fit best versus having to cover Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb. Nonetheless, let me pivot real quick to our Detroit Tigers, who are nearing opening day. We got a starting rotation competition that's going to come down to the wire. I believe, and correct me if you have a different opinion, I think the last two rotation spots for the Tigers are going to come down to Casey Mize, who pitched yesterday, Matt Manning, or Reese Olson, all right-handed pitchers. How would you finish up building this starting rotation? Who are you sending down to AAA to start the year?
Yeah, man, I'm excited for the Tigers season, man. First and foremost, we all got to figure out the Javi Baez conundrum. I say you bet him ninth and you just bury him. The least amount of at-bats that he gets this year, I think that improves your offense dramatically. And he's taking away at-bats from young individuals. What a spring. Those numbers are terrible. Oh, my God, what a problem to have is that you got a guy that you're paying big money to. But I think the strength of the team is going to be the starting rotation. And, man, I think currently leaders in the clubhouse are Mize and Manning. Manning, to me, and we'll talk about Mize here in a second. Manning to me is interesting because he's got that bulldog mentality, and you see a young pitcher that just struggled at times with confidence and command, but you see when he's on, oh my goodness, does he feature stuff that you say this is a big league pitcher, but he just hasn't. And at that spot, you realize pitchers just take time to develop, and he just got to develop that consistency where the coaching staff can put him out there every fifth day and not get knocked around. There were too many times in 2023 where he only pitched a couple innings, got knocked around a little bit, but then he'd follow it up with another start where it'd be stellar. And you've seen a couple appearances in the spring where he looked like a bulldog. And I think that, if he can put it all together, he can be an asset. Casey Mize, man, I'm thankful that he's back. Those Tommy John, when you hear those words for a young pitcher, you just go, man, this is a player that was expected to be a bulldog and a top pitching prospect for your organization. And to have a setback, now the procedures are better. Pitchers do tend to come back and they have an opportunity maybe even to be a little bit stronger. But at the same token, the fear is, look at Spencer Turnbull. He was a bulldog, had a perfect game, or had a no-hitter situation in which he had a stellar outing. And you look at what he ended up being, he's not with the organization, I believe, any longer. So Casey Mize, I think he's got that bulldog attitude. I think he can be a pitcher that you just saw recently had a stellar outing. I think he deserves an opportunity to be on this team. But early on, man, pitchers, it's all mental. Early on, coming back from an injury like that, you got to trust your arm. You got to trust the rehab process. And for those kind of injuries, you just never know how it impacts velocity and control and spin rates. So I'm just very curious to see how this pitching staff looks. But at the top, man, I just think that you got a good situation in regards to the starting pitching with the Tigers. It's going to be the offense, again, that's going to be like, hey, can this offense support some of the pitching staff talent that you got?
Yeah, and all those reasons make me even more excited that they went out and got Kenta Maeda and Jack Flaherty, who, although Flaherty's 27, he's a veteran on this team. He's one of the old guys, and he's been fortunate to play under Adam Wainwright, Lance Lynn, have some good mentors of his own. What about on the offensive end? Is there any young player that you have your eye on to start this year or to follow this year? So maybe it's Colt Keith or Parker Meadows that are likely going to be opening day starters or on the opening day roster, or maybe Jackson Jobe, Jace Young, who may start in the minors, but we expect to see up maybe at some point this season. Who are you keeping your eye on the offensive end?
Yeah, the big dogs, like you said. Spencer Torkelson, can he be a guy that consistently hits 30 home runs? I think he's a guy that early on got a lot of criticism being where he was drafted, and you realize, hey, it took time. But in those situations, baseball is a fun. I'm looking forward to potentially seeing you out there at Comerica Park for a couple games here and there. I do peek a little bit into the Tigers, use the credential to get out there. But with Spencer Torkelson, it's real interesting. He had the numbers analytically to indicate that he was going to emerge as a power hitter. The exit velocity off of his bat, it just at times he got unlucky. But once he started to connect, gain some confidence, boy, did you see a player that could emerge. Riley Green, can he stay healthy? I think that if he emerges, you got the potential for some Bash brothers with Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson. And then the guy, like you said, I like paying attention to is Parker Meadows. Yeah. I think that he's a guy that came with a little buzz, and I think that what this Tigers team is hoping for, which is, clearly not following my strategy, which is opening up your cheap wallets and adding talent that you see consistently hit 30 home runs. You don't need that. Okay, fine. You want to use all the analytics. You want to make sure that you're the Moneyball experts of the world. I get it. It looks good on the books when you have talent overachieve. But in the end, I look at this baseball team and I'm going to say, okay, maybe 85 wins can win the division, but they don't have a realistic chance of succeeding in the postseason in the American League. But hey, it's a developing team. The minor league system is something to be proud of. You're getting a lot of young talent that people are noticing. It's going to take time, but in the end, there is nothing wrong with saying, hey, if you just add one additional bat to this lineup, one additional reliable reliever, hey, this is an opportunity that this baseball team maybe can surprise people in the postseason. But again, it's a developmental year. It'll be fun to watch. Yes. And maybe this baseball team can surprise people with playing in a division that is not considered among the elite. So we'll see what happens throughout the year. Baseball is a long situation, but hey, there's nothing better than a Thursday, Friday night. You go down there, have some beers and hot dogs with your boys. It's fun. And then in covering the team as well, they're a fun group to cover as well. They got a lot of personality. And to me, AJ Hinch is one of the brightest baseball minds out there. Being in the dugout a handful of times, just listening. I don't, fire direct questions to AJ Hinch. I'm still in that learning process of listening to how the reporters kind of ask and throw information to a starting baseball manager and somebody that has World Series experience. I kind of get the flow of it, but there's opportunities as well when I think about it, that if I had opportunities to ask AJ Hinch direct questions, I think that it would be received well. So, I'll probably attend maybe 10, 15 games as a media member, and obviously always paying attention to the Tigers because that's how I grew up loving sports. 1987, I was at Tiger Stadium. 1987, baby. My mom took me to Tiger Stadium when they played the series late. It was packed against the Blue Jays, and I'll never forget the roaring crowd. I said, man, I was 8 years old. I'm like, man, being in sporting events is where I want to be. And my mom, God bless her, man, she's great. She knew my love of sports, and she found any way to take me down. She came from overseas, and for her to figure out the Detroit roads to get me down to Tiger Stadium was crazy. It was fun. I'll always remember my mom, just trying to figure out where to park, trying to figure out and just ask people on the street, hey, how do I get parking to get into the stadium, and learning and having a good time with it. Some of my earliest sports memories at Tiger Stadium, having a good time, and the smell, the reeky piss smell of Tiger Stadium in those in the back alleys there in the hallways of Tiger Stadium. Some of my earliest memories of sporting events, man, it was a great time, and it's a stadium that if you got to be in, if anyone in the chat remembers being at Tiger Stadium, the viewing, the way you could view a game was completely different than it is now. You literally were feeling like you were watching the game from up top. The views, the sight lines were amazing and something to behold. My love of baseball is great, but I'm competitive, and not spending with the big dogs just irks me, pisses me off.
I'm excited to talk more Tigers with you throughout the year. Yeah. Thursday segments are going to be right before a weekend series, so we're going to have a lot to talk about. And I love hearing stories about your experience with your mom. Like we get so used to, father-son type baseball outings, but the women, the ladies, your mom is just as much a part of your memories as anything. Love to hear it. Doc, I got one more question for you before we get out of here. The Red Wings, they play the Islanders tonight. How are you feeling about the Red Wings coming down the stretch? You think they have enough juice to push for this playoff spot to stay in it?
Man, we were having such a good segment. Now you want to raise my blood pressure and piss me off? Oh my God.
Sorry.
The Red Wings
Sorry.
The Red Wings are frustrating because you would expect a team that Yzerman built is not going to rely on just one dude in Dylan Larkin. I just feel like this stretch of the last 15 games has been like a situation in which you lost your captain. Where was the rest of the team to rally the troops? It felt like a coaching situation, something going on with Derek Lalonde, the goaltending, the defense, the effort level wasn't there at times, but you recognize, hey man, thank goodness for Patrick Kane. He's the guy that pulled up, his bootstraps and said, hey, I'm going to take this team pick this team up by the bootstraps and carry them to some points. You would think, where's Alex DeBrincat been? Where's, JT Compher? Where's the scoring? Where's Cop? Where is the level of talent? Someone step up to have that. This is the Detroit Red Wings, and I'm proud of the fans that boo at LCA because you're playing teams that are in the bottom of the division and you're struggling to get wins, having to scrape and claw. This is a better hockey club than what's been displayed out there on the ice, and their schedule is a little bit tough upcoming. It's going to be a grind probably to the last 5 games to get into the postseason. This is not where it's supposed to be. And I know the network has love because of the affiliations to Steve Yzerman, but my goodness, either he's not adept at adding depth to this team or something's going on with Derek Lalonde because the product on the ice, the way in which they've played has been uninspired. It has been something that lacks what we've been used to with Dylan Larkin. So finally, someone find Dylan Larkin and get him some of that healing rub, get him back out on the ice for this team to collect points. That's not Red Wing hockey that we've seen over the last month. Hopefully they turn it around because, my goodness, Steve Yzerman, look, we love the 2 cups, but in Detroit, you don't get a forever pass to rebuild. Nobody wants an 8-year rebuild. And and I've told people this, I've told you guys this too. If you're going to start using the word, hey, we're going to take our sweet ass time to rebuild and we want sustainability, then now my expectation from Yzerman is 2 cups, 3 cups, because you've waited 5 years to get into the postseason. If you're going to take your sweet ass time to build, then my expectation is multiple cups. That's my expectation for the Lions, and my expectation for the sports teams that are taking their sweet ass time. If you think it takes 6 years to rebuild, then my expectation is multiple championships. And so for the Red Wings, I'm hoping they pick it up, because right now people are starting to question Yzerman just a little bit more to put a product on the ice that we can be proud of. We got used to the 25, 26 years consecutively in the postseason, and to see where they are now, they need to step their asses up and get into the postseason.
Let's go. 1 GM, 2, 3, 4 cups, many cups. Steve Yzerman is with it. By the way, your Tiger stories, you're bringing up some stories in the chat. Chucky Lewis says Ken Griffey Jr. threw him a ball at Tiger Stadium. How cool is that? Nice. He can also, he says, man, I remember that PP smell and the old school troughs. Laugh out loud. And then even Randy Smalley, he saw Griffey in Big Hurt. That's Frank Thomas in Chicago at the first year of the new Kaminsky. There's something about new stadiums, new fields. There's something about baseball in the spring and summer. I know you sense it, Doc. I know you sense it. But, man, we really appreciate your time here today. Yes. Every Thursday with Doc Maakaron, editor of All Lions, brought to you by Sports Illustrated, host of the Detroit Sports Podcast, at Detroit Podcast on Twitter, on X.
And just an overall good person. I'll use the voice to say that.
Most importantly. Any last comments, Doc, before we let you go?
Always big dick energy with the Doc, the final boss, JB Smooth. You know what's up, baby. The CEO bringing it. Always finishing my story every single segment. Love professional wrestling. Love the Detroit sports scene. This is actually one of my favorite times of the year. With my lucky schedule, I get to sit my ass down, watch all the college games, maybe throw a couple dimes on Michigan State and Kentucky today, parlay it, and have a good time, make a couple dollars, and we'll have a good time with it. Thank you, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Tournament time, March Madness, and let's go, Tom Izzo. Bring the big dick energy. This team needs it. It can do it. A team that can make a run, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost either.
Let's go, Doc. Thank you so much. Yep. We will see you here next Thursday at 8:30. I'll talk to you soon, Doc.
Thanks, Doc.
See you guys.
You bet.
See you, Doc.
You bet. You guys, everyone, please go check out Doc at Detroit Podcast on Twitter. It's the Detroit Sports Podcast. The handle is at Detroit Podcast on Twitter. He does a great job for Sports Illustrated, covering all things Lions as part of the All Lions publication. So go check him out. Great guy. We have his Twitter in the description just below this YouTube channel. We're going to push the Kool-Aid McKinstry video and talk about that pro day back, because we're coming right back at 9 o'clock here with KG and his triple threat segment. So come on back. We'll be right back after this break. But let me tell you about Lady Jane's, because you can walk into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. You can enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter at any Lady Jane's location. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. They got over 20 locations around Metro Detroit and even more around the country. Lady Jane's is wicked awesome.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Guys, I got good news and I got bad news for you. The bad news, insurance rates are going up across the board in Michigan. But the good news, Swiss Insurance is here to help. Right now, more than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss will make sure your carrier does not slip in extra fees or raise deductibles. So call Mark at Swiss Insurance today or visit swissins.com and tell them Woodward Sports sent you. How about JB? You tell us about some merch.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you stop and get some merch? Because I know you are tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch. It is a new era in sports wearables with amazing designs and the ultimate apparel. Go and check out woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab, and get hooked up. We just released a Let's Go Red Wing shirt that you see up there. We also got the Brad Holmes guy shirt, and you can't forget about the Woodward Lions, baby. Get hooked up with all the latest apparel for this upcoming season. And you know what? I'm going to send it right back to you, brother, because I think they need to get hooked up with some cash for this tournament.
If you get hooked up with some cash, that makes you a Brad Holmes guy as well, because you have a chance to win $50,000. But you have about 3 hours and 14 minutes to get your bracket in. You got to get it in before Michigan State plays Mississippi State here at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is the Woodward Sports 50K Bracket Buster Challenge. It's brought to you by Glorious Cannabis, Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, and Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Register at any Lady Jane's or Soroki's or woodwardsportsbracket.com. That's woodwardsportsbracket.com. Scan that QR code right there, and you could be 50K richer. 12:15. Get it done. Get it done! We're back here. It's Wake Up Woodward. My name is Matt Broder. Here's my co-host, Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid Dent,
Chill.
a.k.a. Young Jeezy.
Yeah, put on for my city. That's it.
You're drinking your tea. We got KG in the sound booth, JB in the TD booth, Sam Flannel. Our third co-host will be on Big D Energy here at 11 o'clock from 11 to 1.
Shout out.
With the man, the myth, the legend, Darren McCarty. Spenmo Racks. And you know what? KG once more.
Yeah.
It's a great show. Check them out. We appreciate all of you in the chat for supporting us, for being here, for interacting, interacting with Kool-Aid Woodward Pistons in the chat. I'm focusing on talking and looking at you a little bit more today, so Kool-Aid's running the show in here. If you could hit that like, it would really help us out. But we got to get right into it. This is one of my favorite emerging segments that is now becoming a staple of this show. Triple Threat with KG. KG, tell us about Triple Threat, remind us, and let's get into it.
So the name of the game is Triple Threat, people. You know what it is. I'm going to present I have seven questions or scenarios, and you have to give me a 3-word answer for each one of them. And you can also provide a short explanation as to why you said that. Are we ready?
We are ready.
All right. Let me dig up the questions here. Let's set the mood.
You can just do the 3 words in Kool-Aid. I'll explain. I'll be
try.
not Shohei Ohtani's interpreter because he's a scam artist, but I'll be your interpreter.
All right. Everybody in the chat, drop your 3 words. You know we'll read them on air. But let's get started. First question, in 3 words, rank the Lions' offensive line after the Kevin Zeitler signing.
Lots of girth.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
This offensive line stayed elite. This offensive line should be number 1 in the league. It's going to be a top 3 offensive line. I love what they did, adding Zeitler, signing Glasgow to a long-term extension, a 3-year, and reserving their backups who were on the team last year. The consistency with this offensive line scheme, lots of girth.
All right. Kool-Aid, do you have a 3-word answer for me?
Win the trenches.
Ooh, okay.
JBZ?
I'm going to go with golf stays clean. Be the cleanest golf will stay this season.
Yeah.
That jersey will be spotless.
That is a good answer. I like that one a lot.
That's got to be the most important.
Yeah.
We forget Zeitler. He's one of the best pass blocking guards in the league. That jersey, if golf stays clean, we know good things happen. Let me read before you give yours, KG, a couple from the chat. Eduardo O'Neill says Detroit's great wall. I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
That's good.
Fogel says the league's best. Let's go. Ryan's reaction. Come on, man. Meaty O. Kerr? Are you kidding me?
What?
No.
That's not 3 words, by the way. That's breaking up 1 word.
Right? Chef Talks Lions. Big people mover. Xavier D. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? I saw you, Xavier D. Where was it?
Tommy K, wall of grit.
Wall of Grit.
Wall of
that
Grit.
turns
That's
me
nice.
on.
That's a
Dirt
dope
Nap
nickname.
Team, Xavier D. Number 1 offense, Dante 151. Stick Radio will end with this one. Actually, one with Eric Allen next. Stick says, man meat wall.
Man meat wall.
Eric Allen says, top of the league. Top of league.
Yes.
Awesome. What about you?
Mine is number 1 line. This will be the best offensive line in football, ladies and gentlemen, if it wasn't already. I mean, it's kind of already been that way, but it's arguable they've been top 3. But this year, absolutely best offensive line in football.
Boom.
So let's get it. Number 2, is this a hot seat year for AG after the free agent signings on defense? In 3 words, tell me your feelings. I'll repeat the question. Is this a hot seat year for AG after the free agent signings on defense?
Seat is warmer.
Okay.
Seat is warmer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a time to shine. Like I don't know if it's hot, but he's got. I mean, this is sort of his last chance. I mean, he's going for a head coaching position.
Yeah.
This defense can't regress.
Yeah.
We've made moves. We're gonna add someone in the draft. It's time to shine, which means to me, get up into that top 15 for the entire season.
Most definitely. JB.
I gotta go with seat is warm. I feel like a lot of these players that they've added, you're expecting a little bit higher of an expectation from him and his defense this year. So seat is warm.
Big facts.
Denver Blair says defend the Glen. So that's giving props to him. Dante 151. No, it isn't. It's not hot. Ryan's reaction. Nah, AG fine. Shane D. Yes, that seat is hot. That would be 5.
That's 5.
I love you, Shane D. Absolutely no excuses from Eduardo O'Neill. Dr. Clapping Cheeks. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell
Oh, hell yeah. Eric Allen, he's your head coach.
Voice.
What?
I said Stone Cold voice. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, so mine would be, it could be. I think AG has some questions to answer this year. Barring whether he gets a head coaching job or not, I do think that, this year is definitely a landmark year. He needs to get this defense to at least a top 15 defense in order for him to kind of get that heat off of him.
I got a couple more good ones I keep seeing. Chuck Brewer says he's got toys. I like that.
Yeah.
Stephen Baffy, most underappreciated coach. I agree. Not underappreciated by the players. They voted him the top DC in the league, but underappreciated maybe from all of us, maybe from the fans.
From the X's and O's standpoint.
Yeah, and then Cy Gray, where'd this go? Cy Gray and Two Birds Both Stone. Cy Gray says ass on fire, and Two Birds Both Stone says shit's on fire. Hey, there are two sides to it. Defend the Glen and it's on fire. It's hard to disagree with either.
Yeah, seriously.
It's time.
But this
It's
is
time.
why we love the game, people.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. We're going a little NCAA here. How far does MSU get in the NCAA tourney in 3 words?
And we're saying Michigan State, not Mississippi State?
Yeah, of course.
How far does Michigan State get in the NCAA tournament?
In 3 words.
Do you have one?
The next round.
So
I
just
like
get into
it.
the next round. I'm trying. I have an idea now. I'm trying to slim it down into 3 words. I'm gonna say the Sweet 16.
Okay.
I don't even have much of an explanation for it. JB.
You ain't got to.
You don't got to.
JB.
Final 4, baby.
Final
Wow.
4, baby.
Oh,
No,
my
if I'm
goodness.
being honest, Sweet 16 return. That's probably as far as I'm looking at them going.
Okay.
Dad with Tourette's says just 1 round. Dante 151 echoes that 1 and done. Denver Blair Sweet 16. I got you. Sweet 16. We're on the same page, Denver Blair. Two Birds Both Stone bounced in 2. I like that creativity.
Yeah.
First round loss from Eduardo O'Neill. QT farther than Michigan.
Yeah, much farther, unfortunately.
Swag.
It is
Swag.
what
It's
it
a great
is,
one
man.
to end on.
It
KG,
is
about
what
you?
it is. But to me, I'm a hater, man. Not very far. I don't have a lot to go off of, just off the fact that they've struggled very, very badly this year. I think Tom Izzo is at the end of his rope. If they win today, I believe they'll face North Carolina in the next round, and that's where it's finito.
We're
for
seeing a
the
couple
Spartans.
more farther than Michigan's. I love it, even though I'm a Michigan guy. Michael Wary, we have Izzo, so the Elite 8 would not surprise me. Hey,
Yeah. It's a
Now's the
mouthful,
time.
but
I wouldn't be surprised, but
wouldn't be surprised.
All right. So this next one is for us Michigan people. You know, we got to have some kind of love in the segment.
Okay.
Is John Beilein a real candidate to consider for the U of M head coach of basketball?
Is he a real consideration?
Yep. One more time, I'll repeat the question for the people. Is John Beilein a real candidate to consider for the U of M basketball head coaching job? In 3 words.
I'm going to say yes and no. Like,
oh, I like that.
Which is a kind of a cop-out, but let me try to explain. I don't think he left because of health reasons. There was stress on the job. This program, you could argue, is in a worse place than when he took it over before. It's a much harder job to be a head coach in NCAA sports, especially NCAA basketball. Do we know if Ward Manuel is going to allow him to use NIL money? Like, there are so many question marks. But on the flip side, you kind of have to offer him, or at least give him a call. He says he would be up for it, which is hard to believe. I think he's 70, 71 years old. So something's not matching up, but he's the best Michigan basketball coach maybe ever, if not since Steve from San Diego State.
Fisher.
What?
Yeah,
Fisher.
Fisher,
Oh,
yeah.
my
Fisher,
gosh,
yep,
thank
Steve
you.
Fisher.
Brian Ducher's mentor.
It's an interesting question, man. Kool-Aid, what you feel about that?
Gotta ask him.
Gotta ask him.
I like that.
At the very least, yeah.
JB.
If they're smart, yes, this will be a top decision for Michigan to do. As you guys have already stated, this is probably the best coach that Michigan has had in a while. Their landscape, obviously, of college basketball has changed, but I think, if anything, he could probably turn this around. And I believe coaching these young players versus NBA players is going to be a lot easier and a lot less tasking for him to take on.
I wish, honestly, there was some way to have him be at least the assistant AD at U of M.
Right. Or oversee the program in some way, yeah.
That's
with the path to AD.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Interesting. Tommy K says he's too old. That guy 62. Hell yes, please. Ryan's reaction. Who is John? No, he isn't, says Dante151. Hoof-hearted. This is more than 3, but it's an interesting thought. Maybe we'll talk about later. Beilein is a we have no real answers option. That might be true. Chef Talks Lions. He's too old. Eric Allen. He's too old. So a lot of he's too old. Michael Weary. I wish, man. It's so polarizing. I love John Beilein.
Yeah.
I just think it might be just past his time.
Yeah, I thought this was a real interesting question. My answer would be don't think so. I don't, would you consider him? Yes. But the last time we saw him, he had the failed stint with the Cavaliers. He kind of left the Michigan program. I don't know if he absolutely agreed with the direction it was going in terms of NIL and things of that nature. And like you said, he's 71. So could he coach? Yes. How long would he last? We don't know. Would he be able to turn this program around? We don't know. There's a lot of questions regarding it, but a lot of people seem to be in favor of, at least, like you said, give him a call, see what the conversation is like, see if he would have any interest. But I like Kool-Aid's idea of maybe trying to get him, in the program in some other facet to kind of oversee the program and maybe leading to an AD position in the future. So
yeah, let this one marinate for a second. And the last name of the person I'm going to mention via Xavier D is Hunter. Xavier D says Lindsey come home.
Lindsey come home.
Lindsey Hunter.
Okay.
On the University of Michigan bench.
I don't think Lindsey want to be bothered, but
he might not.
That wouldn't be a bad option.
He might. I would love Lindsey leading my team.
Oh, absolutely. But
who?
The future will tell. But do we have time? I got 3 left. Do we have time?
Oh yeah, hit me up. We're waiting on Griffin. Griffin's coming in to talk Michigan State, so let's ride out one more. We'll go to break and we'll finish up when we come back.
All right, sounds good. Question number 5. We are going to the Tigers. What's something you expect to see from the Tigers in the first month of the regular season? In 3 words.
I guess I'm on the shining topic. Young guys shining. Okay. I think we're going to see a hot start out of like the Colt Keith, the Parker Meadows. Hopefully it's extended or they don't start hot and then go on a slump.
Yeah.
But there's just something. I got a good I got good vibes. I got good aura.
And
aura from this team right now.
Yeah, I'm really liking the spring too. I know it don't account for much, but them having this good of a showing in spring leads me to believe that we got good things on the way.
And if this all comes together, those young guys, and I have Parker Meadows stuck in my head, if they get into the rhythm that I hope they think, where they got guys getting on base and are hitting and running, are bunting guys over, are stealing bases, which fall into these new rules of baseball, really open up that option more than it has in years past, where pitchers just can't they can't hold runners as tight for as long. There's a limited number of pickoff moves. Parker Meadows is one of those guys who could have 50 stolen bases or more this season. I want to see that.
That would be dope.
Yeah, Scooble going ham.
Let's go, baby.
I like it.
I took him in the 3rd round of fantasy football draft last night with Maz and Pete Spivak and Noah Wilbrecht in the back.
Oh, y'all should have invited me, man.
I needed that.
They invited me to join
one
time.
What happened?
I've done fantasy baseball one time. You meant fantasy baseball, right?
Yeah. Did I say football?
Yeah.
My bad. Fantasy baseball is a commitment. Like, and every day, it's a lot.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I did it once and haven't done it since. I did it about maybe 7-8 years ago.
Set your lineup at the beginning of the week. It's a mess. Shout out Ransom, by the way, that DCFC profile picture.
MSU championship or bust?
So the Tigers question. It was, what does JB expect out of the Tigers in this first month?
Yeah, what's something you expect to see from the Tigers in the first month of the season?
Dude, just effort.
I like it.
As you guys have already said, the spring training has been nice to see. You got all these nice young players out there. I just want to see effort. I don't want to see them go into this first series, take a L, and next thing you know, everyone's hanging their head thinking like, oh, well, at least we're on the team. We'll try better next time. No, effort, 100%.
I like that.
CK says a winning record. Tommy K, very good pitching. 2 birds, both stoned. Baez strikeout.
Oh,
you're thinking clear. I don't know if you're stoned saying that. You're thinking
Guaranteed.
clear. Jacob Ohm, please better start. Michael Weary, winning record, baby. El Mago Dinger, says John F. and Lord. And CK says, start hot, boys. Let me keep going. Xavier D, all out effort. Big Finn 78. Torkelson stays hot. Chef talks Lions. He won't watch.
He won't watch. Come on, Chef. All right, so
watching a baseball game when you're, about 12 hours down in Melbourne?
Well, yeah.
Wow, I can't blame him. I almost went and played in Melbourne, actually. I forgot to bring that up. Yeah.
That's a flex.
Anyways. No.
Hey, worldwide broder.
I didn't. Australia's got some good baseball.
That's big facts.
Yeah, it does. Sorry.
No, you all good. You all good. So my answer would be somebody in the chat had it. Great starting pitching. They're going to get off to a hot start this year. I just feel it, man. The pitching is going to be there. It's really going to be dependent upon the bats being consistent. But you look at Kenta Maeda, Jack Flaherty, hopefully Casey Mize will make the lineup. Tarek Skubal, of course, he's going to be a monster. As long as they stay healthy, man, a great month of starting pitching to start the year we should definitely expect. So
yeah. Eric Allen had a comment for you. He says baseball spring training is more telling than NFL preseason. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So that's why I think KG is right with why they're going to be really, really good. I love that, Eric Allen. Eric Allen knows his baseball. I see your comments. I haven't been able to respond to all of them. But I also see Eduardo O'Neill. I think you're responding to me talking about Parker Meadows' 50 stolen bases, saying that's Acuna territory. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I don't think he's going to be as good of an overall player.
Right.
Acuna is arguably a top player, if not top 3, 4, 5 in the league.
He can do it all, but
Parker Meadows is fast as
I get what you mean, though. Yeah, stealing bases, I can see him doing that. That's a lot of bases, though.
It is.
If he got close to 50, I'd be pleased.
Oh yeah. If he gets over 30, that's a good season. If he gets 50, that means he's getting on base, which means that the Tigers are likely better than we expect because he's going to be hitting number 1. So I'm putting that out there to just hope for good things. Someone just said brand new Tigers. I like that. Alex Haggerty, bench Javi Baez.
Yup. Interesting.
Ryan Kreidler needs to be your starting shortstop.
Hey, that's interesting because that leads into my next question when we come back.
What a tease.
You tease.
You touch me, tease me, kiss me, please me.
I don't know about all that. But
fast forward.
Right. I fuck with you, but not in that way.
Let me tell you about big boy. Let me tell you about that big boy. Seafood Fest is back.
Oh, my God.
I know. Wow, you can dive into their fish and chips, their new Parmesan crusted cod, perfectly fried clam strip platter, or a delicious fish sandwich, courtesy of Tin Meadows, the ladies' man. A big boy must try? It's the new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to their popcorn shrimp, shrimp Alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy, but don't forget, every Friday night, it's the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Check out Big Boy. They got Seafood Fest happening.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp Alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a first-class, convenient car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. They got 18 locations, so there has to be a dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find that location nearest you and catch Woodward Sports. Catch the Wake Up Woodward and Big D Energy there every other Monday at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. Their amazing host is partly why Feldman Chevrolet is Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. Welcome back, my people. What do you say? What up, Doe?
What up, Doe?
What up, Doe?
What up, Doe?
Wake Up Woodward here. I got my co-host, Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Kool-Aid, a.k.a. today, Young Jeezy.
Still on my Jeezy, man.
Still on his Jeezy.
Snowman.
We got KG in the sound booth, Mr. 17.5. Mr. Is that Jeezy's song? Mr. 17.5? I think so. We got JB in the sound booth. We appreciate the chat and everyone watching, listening.
Right.
That's right. We appreciate you. Hit that like button. It would help us out. I have a special guest. A special guest to introduce you guys to. Not only is he a Michigan State expert, but he is a very, very valued member of our sales team. Doesn't get much FaceTime, but this is part of the machine that helps this go. We couldn't do what we do without Griffin, without Brady, without Tim, and everyone behind the scenes helping sell our shows, helping lock down the Shake Shacks, the Feldmans, everything we do
Soroki
leads back to this man, Griffin Lacki. Welcome to Wake Up Woodward. How you doing, man?
Let's go.
What's going on, you guys? Glad to finally be here, showing some FaceTime. Young Jeezy, never heard that one before with Kool-Aid, but let's go.
You got that rasp in his voice.
We got Broder, let's go, KG. Young JB over here, backbone of the
sir.
network. I'm happy to be here. Let's talk some
Yeah,
hoops.
JB McCarthy.
Yes. We're so excited to have you because, wait, what?
No, I was doing.
Sorry, I couldn't hear. If you guys say something funny, feel free to cut me off. I'm talking a lot today. I can't hear as loud out of my right ear, so cut me off. But, Griffin, I'm so happy to have you here. I'm not a Michigan State basketball expert. I haven't truly been following them this year. But, although I got Michigan all over the place, Michigan State basketball has a special place in my heart. The Flintstones, back in, 97, 98, 99, 2000. That was a team that made me fall in love with basketball. I then latched on to the 2004 Pistons, but seeing Mateen Cleaves, Jason Richardson,
What was that?
Mo Pete.
Yep.
That started my love. So Michigan State today, they open up the tourney against Mississippi State.
Was Debo on that team?
Debo?
Zach Randolph?
I think he was at the end of that stretch. He only played for 1 year, right?
Yeah, he was a one and done for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that about Michigan State basketball because, funny enough, that's how I was with Michigan basketball.
Really?
Trey Burke was my guy, man. I love John Beilein. I think it's so cool that the state of Michigan just ran the Big Ten, and I wish it was back to what it was, but I digress. You guys are good at football, we're good at basketball, so it's back to what it is.
Yeah, no,
anyway.
it is. And there was, I'll use the word controversial. There was a handful of people out there that thought Michigan State maybe shouldn't have made the tournament. They ended up getting it as a 9 seed. What are your thoughts around that? Was it controversial? Should they have made it, or why did they make it as a 9 seed?
Yeah, I was honestly kind of surprised it was a bit controversial. pretty much every single bracket expert and the entire selection committee had them in pretty much the entire way. You see they were pretty safely in as a 9 seed, but for some reason the national media was coming out and being like, oh, what the heck is Michigan State doing in the field? I mean, if you really look at all the analytics, sure, Michigan State and the analytics were very close this year. The analytics were loving the Spartan Dogs, but I mean, look in here. If you look, you can just look at the net ranking. That's their main evaluation tool for the selection committee. That's what they look at. If they're not gonna really count on the net ranking, then what are they doing?
So that's how they sort of put these teams. Just look at it from like a bird's eye. You put these teams into their ranking, the net ranking, NET.
Yeah, it's some advanced analytics, really just banking on all the quad wins, quad 1, 2, 3, 4, and then looking at their losses and wins and how much they're actually winning by, how competitive these games are. And yeah, Michigan State had 14 losses this year. Not great. Obviously not great for a Tom Izzo team. It was probably one of the worst seasons we've had in a while, unfortunately. Coming in with huge expectations too. So it wasn't optimal, but all these close games were competitive. You look at Purdue, we just lost obviously, and it's still an L in the sheet, but it was a tie game with a minute and a half left against the third team in the country.
Right.
That's gonna weigh in our favor. We're playing competitive games, and our future models of games we can win, it really likes us to win a lot of games. So,
and you've beaten some teams that are seeded higher than you. Like you've had some notable teams, whether it's Texas Tech, whether it's a 6 seed, Texas. This is Michigan State having a higher net ranking than those that got a higher seed in the tournament.
Yep. Yeah, because that's just based off their win total for sure. Because if Michigan State had higher wins, and we win a lot of these games, you're easily a top 15 net, and we have a way better record, so they're gonna stick us way higher. But these guys had more wins than us, simple as that. So I think our ranking is really fair, to be honest with you. I could have even seen us more as a 10 in a play-in. I don't want to get in a play-in because we lose, and all the Michigan guys are like, oh, that's not even in the tournament. But it is what it is. I'm really happy with this matchup because this is going to be a really gritty defensive game going into this game preview.
So tell me about that. I don't know much about Mississippi State either. So what are the casual fans looking for? Preview this game for us.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I actually have no idea about Mississippi State either. Tom Izzo said, I haven't watched them at all this year. So it's funny. But what I do know is they're very, very defensive based, just like Michigan State has been this year. Michigan State hasn't been a great offensive team, but they've really been going in on the defense. So I really think I'm taking the under here for sure. Okay. I'll just say that very, very quickly.
And what is the line?
I was just looking. I think it was like 136.5.
But you're thinking it's just going to be a low scoring game.
Yeah,
anyway.
100%.
So take the under, whatever it is.
Take the under, whatever.
Got you.
I think MSU, Michigan State, that is favored by 1.5 right now. So they're expecting a close game, but I always like being favored in a game that we're lower seeded than. So very, very, very respectable lines there.
How are you feeling, JB, about this game, or do you have any questions about this matchup? You're our resident Michigan State guy.
Boo.
I mean, I don't know too much about Mississippi State as well as like everyone else, but from what Griffin said, they're defensively as well too, as well as our Spartans. But I think it's going to come down to if the AJ Hogard and Tyson can actually get out there and actually start hitting these threes, because that's what's going to help them a lot. I know, we sit there under the paint, and that's basically our bread and butter, but those threes are going to help out a ton. And if they can start getting moving on that, then that is perfect. And yes, the Spartans are 1.5 point favorites.
Okay.
And over-under is at 130 right now. So
interesting. So we need them to score less than it was a 65 points apiece to stay under 130. What's the key for this team? It sounds like it's going to be a low-scoring game, but what is the key for Michigan State on defense?
The key for Michigan State on defense is definitely limiting the three ball. They've not been great at it this year, but Mississippi State's actually been worse shooting the ball, so I really like this matchup in that sense. They have a really good big in Tolu Smith. He scares me a little bit for sure. He's 6'11". He averages 15 and 8, shoots a really efficient percentage at 56%. I think we really need to key in on him, but I really think the key matchups here are actually going to be in our guard play. Their freshman point guard, Josh Hubbard, is actually their leading scorer, surprisingly enough. He averages 17, 2, and 2. Pretty respectable out of a freshman. Good future for him for sure, but I honestly think the experience in this Michigan State backcourt is what's going to really carry them. We got 2 super seniors leading the way, and I think that experience, they've been in the big dance multiple times before. I think this would be, obviously this is his first time in there. I think this is the first time from all these Mississippi State players, so I think that's going to be key, especially because he's got a 1.7 to 1.2 turnover ratio. Josh Hubbard does.
Oh.
Our starting backcourt backcourt combines for 3 steals a game. So AJ Hoggard and Tyson Walker really need to play defensive, steal the ball, run in transition. Defend, rebound, and run has been the key for all-time Izzo teams.
Yeah.
This year has honestly been kind of defend, steal, and run. There's a lot of turnovers they get in the half court, and that's when they really click in transition. And I think that's what we're going to see a lot today.
I'd love to hear. That does seem like vintage Tom Izzo teams, especially Tom Izzo in March. Griffin, if you can hang around for the next segment, I want to come ask you just a few more questions about Michigan State. But as you know more than anyone, we got to give some love to our sponsors.
Yes,
we got to
sir.
give
Absolutely.
our love. You talked about it being a defensive matchup. Well, Guardian Alarm is like the #1 defense you could ask for. See what I did there? It's a new year. So let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They got 24/7 professional monitoring, so call them anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Again, they got technology backed by people, so your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have proven to care. So everyone, call it with me. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. Again, 1-800-STAY-OUT.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for 2 things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Shake Shack and Woodward Sports want to remind you it's always football season. So how would you like to win 2 free tickets to this upcoming season opener? It's the Shake Shack QB Challenge. If you can throw it on a rope, you could be at the home opener. You got to register today for your chance to win at any Shake Shack location or at woodwardsports.com. Scan that QR code right above my head. Again, it's the QB Challenge to win tickets to the Lions season opener. Check them out. Scan that QR code now. Boom, 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 boom. We're back. We are back. What up, Dale? Welcome. It is Wake Up Woodward on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Matt Broder. Sitting next to my co-host, Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, a.k.a. Young Jeezy today because of that rap.
Yeah.
I love it.
Putting on for the city as a whole.
Yes, we're keeping his voice limited. You know, it's that time. People are getting sick. We want you full health, full strength for the rest of the season. We got March Madness, our Woodward Madness coming up next week. We've been working in conjunction with Freddie Felt 313 to put a little our own Woodward Madness together for you. More to come on that, but we got our man Griffin Lacki here, part of our awesome sales team at Woodward Sports Network. We're talking Michigan State hoops because they open up the NCAA tournament today against Mississippi State at 12:15 p.m. Griffin, as a Michigan fan, as a casual Spartan follower in terms of basketball and basketball only, I think of Tyson Walker, Malik Hall as the stars. Are they the ones, or the most important pieces to this team? Are they the ones that have to step up? Are there any other players, or are they one of the X factors for this team?
I wouldn't necessarily call them the X factor, but they're definitely like our core pieces. They're our best players, and I think at this point, Malik Hall was a little streaky to start the season. I think he's really found his rhythm. I think Tyson Walker is really going to pick it up. I don't want to say he's going to have a Kemba-esque run. I would love it, though. They got a very similar build. I want to call him a Kemba Walker light, if that's in all respects to Tyson Walker. But I really think the X factor is in Jaden Akins. He's been very, very hit or miss. He's a guard. Kind of plays the wing though in this the starting lineup. I think he's really like the hit or miss. When he's hitting, this team is on.
Was he considering? He was maybe going to go to the NBA last year.
Yeah,
he's got NBA talent.
Yeah, he was a guy that went and tested the waters. He probably could have stuck in. Probably been like a late first round, early second round. Super high ceiling kind of guy, and he came back. And in all respect to him, he's just. I would say he would probably say himself he's had a little bit of a disappointing season because he's one of the highest ceilings on the team. And just from my notes, he shot 4 for 6 and 100% from 3. Against Minnesota in a big win, and then next game he shoots 2 for 11 and 0 for 4 from 3 against Purdue. So kind of just showing you he's got some shooting woes he can work through, but I mean, how many games left in the season do we have? And I think he's really going to put it together and figure it out because looking towards next year, and as we kind of even move into the next segment too, he's going to be our only senior as of right now on next year's team. So he's going to have to carry the load. And I think he's really going to step up big for us as well. Because looking at next year, he's probably going to fill more of a 2 role, kind of move away from the wing as Trey Holloman definitely takes the reins next year. And I don't want to underplay Trey Holloman too because he's hitting on all cylinders right now. And I think him and Xavier Booker could also be absolute keys to making a big run in March.
Love that. Speaking of next year and the future, KG, you have a question about this program?
So Griff, man, I got to ask you where y'all headed, going forward. Tom Izzo, he getting up there in age. A lot of people this year had complaints about him not playing, some of y'all highly touted freshmen and things of that nature. What is the future for Tom Izzo? Do you think he sticks around for years to come, and is it dependent upon however he finishes in the tournament this year?
I'll answer this in a Sam Flannel fashion. I will say it is absolutely ridiculous that people want Tom Izzo gone. I think it's absolutely asinine. Like, kind of stealing even a quote from Neil Rule, the grass is not always greener on the other side. You you make Tom Izzo retire, and who are you going to go get really? Like Nate Oates or somebody? I wouldn't trade him 1-for-1 for Izzo by any.
He is Michigan State.
Yeah, he runs our school. He's the head figure of our school. We've been going through president changes. We've been going through AD changes, football coach changes. Izzo's been the one core piece that's been around Michigan State. He is the most associated figure with Michigan State. And, I mean, I'll ride off into the sun with him, even if it means a couple years of bad basketball, which I don't think it does. I think really looking forward, he's just kind of revolutionized with the times. He's got to really look forward, and he's got to be getting in the transfer portal, hitting more of this NIL area. And I think this is a season that he does because I think he probably realized at some point throughout the season, if he hit the transfer portal, probably got an additional big this year, we'd be playing for a national championship right now. I'm not saying we're not, but we'd be looking a lot better than we are right now. And kind of in respects to what you were saying about like future, how much longer is he going to stick around?
Yeah,
he's made it very clear that he is not even close to done. That it's not even on his mind. He says, I think I was literally a quote from yesterday. He said that the day that he can't get on a player, the day he can't answer a player's need, the day he can't. Or the day he doesn't want to go into work is the day he'll be done. He's like, I literally can't imagine that day anytime soon. So I think we still have quite a while left of Izzo, and I think this is the year where he really revolutionizes the program into what modern day college basketball and college sports look like. And I think we're really going to hit the transfer portal because if he doesn't, he's going to keep losing. And I like saying he's a very stubborn old man, just like all old men are. But he wants to win more than anything, and I think that's what he's really going to do this year.
Yeah, we've seen in college football at least it's gotten the most recent publicity. Some big-name coaches just retiring, moving to the NFL as coordinators, like almost taking lateral moves just because they don't want that stress of being a head coach in college athletics anymore. Things are changing. So it just sounds like he's committed to the program, wants to stay. It's just how does he adapt to the times?
Right. No, absolutely. And I don't want to say it's D'Antonio-esque in any sense because of the staff and he's keeping around all the people. But I think this is a big wake up year. I mean, we're preseason number 4 overall, and it's been a very disappointing season, as I've heard from Sam Flannel every single day of the year. He walks back in the back offices and talks a bunch of crap to me, and you know what? It's deserving because we were saying wait till basketball.
I'm
and, you
a
know,
Michigan fan, though.
Yeah, it totally has been. I'm not hiding anything. I had high aspirations, and I was talking a lot of shit all year, and now, I mean, look where we're at.
Yeah, we were
Where
saying
you're
that
at.
a lot.
By the way, if you guys
during
can't see, I know
football.
the light's kind of shining on. That is a green hat, a green Yankees hat. It's a beautiful cap on the man, Griffin Lacki. Griffin,
Only green hat I have.
thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for breaking that down. I learned more about Michigan State today than I knew of yesterday. We appreciate you, not only for helping us out today, breaking down Michigan State, but for everything you do behind the scenes, man. If you want to hang out, we got What's Trending with JB coming up next. We got Mailbag, so people can ask you questions if you want to hang out. Your choice, but got to say thank you for joining Wake Up Woodward, man.
Definitely. Thank you guys for having me. For the game, hey, go get some Soroki's fried chicken.
Yes, sir.
Stop at, go right across the aisle, go grab a long drink, on the way home, stop at your local dispo, grab a little bit of some glorious cannabis, and there you go.
Always working, man.
That is the man. I'm going to tell them about one more when we come back. It is the most electrifying segment in sports media, right? Kool-Aid, What's Trending with JB Smooth. But I got to tell you, that looks good. You know when it looks the best? If you got the munchies, you want a chicken sandwich, you go to Dispo. And it appears, I'm going to make up my own Dispo read today. I'm going to get back to the real one. But it looks like Chef Talks Lions in the chat had a great idea for a Dispo read. Here it is. Stuck on fast forward? Pause with Dispo so you can rewind and relax.
Hey, fire.
Talks Lions. I dig that. You all can visit Dispo Dispensary today for exclusive new deals and experience a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere. They got fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. So save the date for April 20th. That would be 420. At Dispo Dispensary, Dispo is putting on epic events at all locations. So stay tuned for more details to come. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, what's better than crispy chicken and pizza while watching your favorite team play today? The Michigan State Spartans or those Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Let me tell you about Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. Their food is amazing and their locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. It's a perfect takeout option featuring hand-breaded chicken, New York pizza, fresh salad, sides, and so much more. Check out their full menu and find the closest Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. That's SAROKIS.com. Soroki's and Woodward Sports. I mean, what's better? Now, brother, could you tell them where they can pick up a car if they're looking for one?
Yeah, if that fried chicken isn't too crispy and you're able to eat it in your brand new car, you can go get that at Les Stanford Chevrolet. They've been in business for over 50 years. They've expanded and they've offered more products to more people. They did that when they added Les Stanford Buick GMC. Fortunately, they still have the same great service that their customers have come to know and trust. So go check them out on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. If you want to go to their flagship dealership, check them out in Dearborn today or at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet, together, let's drive. And if you want some more chicken, while you're driving, watch the crumbs. Because this chicken is crispy, too. When it comes to chicken sandwiches, this is the sleeper. This is the Cinderella in your March Madness tournament. It's the Shake Shack Chicken Shack sandwich. Let me tell you, it is delicious. They got the pickles. They got the lettuce. They got the mayo. They got all the things you can add, and you can order it well done. That's one of my favorite things about Chicken Shack. You can order their burgers and chicken sandwiches well done. I like it crispy. I like my burgers medium. I like my steaks rare. Now I'm rambling, but Chicken Shack has that Chicken Shack sandwich. You can get it for free
And
with a $10 purchase.
You can use that Woodward code over and over and over again.
You can use that Woodward code over and over and over again.
I did it already.
You did. He did. And they hooked him up. Just order $10, some milkshake, some crispy crinkle fries, maybe a burger for the lovely lady or lovely man in your life. Do it, and your Chicken Shack chicken sandwich will be free. So check them out using the code Woodward in person, online, or download the Shake Shack app today. Those are some tongue twisters there. But welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. I appreciate y'all for joining us this morning. I'm joined by Young Jeezy to my left. That is Detroit Kool-Aid, a.k.a. Brandon
y'all
Depp.
are crushing. It's awesome to be a part of this team. Thank you for handling my ad reads too.
Got you.
And I know KG's about to handle the what's trending.
Oh, yeah. We got you. Kool-Aid, we're a team here. We got KG in the sound booth. JB in the TD booth. We got Griffin still in the Mavs chair.
JB in the what?
Titty booth.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. Sam Flannel's coming up next on Big D Energy with D-Mac, KG, and Spenmo Rags. We got Terry Foster behind the scenes. We got Stick. We got ourselves a team. We're growing something here. Pause. Also, during the break, Kool-Aid's been sending me some messages. You guys have some incredible ideas for some disco commercials. I see you, Ryan's reaction, CK, Robert Stevens, Randy Smalley. You guys are on one. Apologies for me not responding directly. Keep them coming, though. These are freaking hilarious. But this is the time. The most electrifying segment in sports entertainment. What's trending with JB Smooth?
I got
JB,
it.
babies.
I want to hear KG do it.
Oh, thunder, man. It's all good.
I must have missed. My bad. Do
White
it better.
man always taking the black man's jobs, man. Come on now. Come on now. But
no comment.
But let's do this right, man. Finally, it is time for the most electrifying segment in sports entertainment. If you smell what Jay Bizzle is cooking, it's what's trending with JB. What's up, man?
Let's
go. That was way better.
Let's go.
I appreciate that. That was fire.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Hey, well, you know what? You guys asked for it. Mainly Broder asked for it, and I got it done for you guys. So, in honor of March Madness, it is time for the breast bracket challenge.
Oh my God. Oh, JB coming in.
JB in the titty
breast
booth.
bracket challenge. Now, disclaimer, I only picked the 1 and 2 seeds in this bracket. So all these other names that I found have been randomized into this tournament.
Okay.
So this is your field right here. We're going to make this super easy and super quick. But first, we got to start off with the play-in games. Our first play-in matchup, Gigi Hadid versus Emily Ratajkowski.
Oh, my God.
So, Griffin, you're here as a tiebreaker, so we're just going to go around the room. Everyone pick one, and then that's it.
Can we advance both?
No, you have to pick one.
Give me on the right. I'll take the right.
So you're going with Emily?
Yep.
All right. That's one for Emily. Kool-Aid.
I'm married and I'm saving my voice.
Smart man.
Smart man. Smart man.
Hey,
He's staying out of this one.
I'll answer for him on the right.
On the right, we're going with Emily.
Emily again.
Emily.
It's Emily. All right. So we're taking Emily on this one.
Good grief.
I know, right?
We got left, we got right, we got two. We got the chat flying right now.
We got, oh my God.
And also, JZJ says Kool-Aid's so smart.
Very, very smart man. All right. Our next play-in matchup, which, like I said, I randomized all these, and somehow these two managed to stick together.
Pause.
Big pause.
Big pause. Katy Perry and Beyonce.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm going Queen Bee all day long.
Beyonce?
Yeah. I'm not a big Katy Perry fan.
I like Katy Perry, but gotta go with Queen Bee. Absolutely.
Beyonce it is. I think Kool-Aid, you'll be okay with this.
Another step in the right direction for the barbecue.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out. So I think that's unanimous. Beyonce all the way on this one.
It's a sweep. Sweep. Killer Mike voice.
It's a sweep for Beyonce. All right, let's get into the first round matchup because that's the only one that I was able to actually get pictures for. But we got Sydney Sweeney versus Emily Ratajkowski.
Sydney Sweeney's hot right now, like hot in the social world. I'm going with Ratajkowski or Emily. I'm going with Emily.
Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to picture what she even looks like, but I know I'm a fan of her.
Yep. Give me Emily FTW
for the win.
Yes,
Emily
sir.
FTW. All right, Griffin, do you want to weigh in on this one?
Hey, my girl's watching this.
Another smart man.
But like, she would say Sydney Sweeney.
Oh wow.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, new hot on the block.
She's really busting out onto the scene. She's really
She's busting those brackets, man.
Exactly.
Busting those brackets. All right.
Exactly.
We got to make this one quick. So let me pull up the next one for you guys. Like I said, randomize all these. I don't even know how this even happened, but Jennifer Aniston versus Kim Kardashian.
The second easiest one, Jennifer Aniston, without even thinking of it.
Jennifer Aniston.
All day long.
KG got a look of both
She's got
on his
like
face.
30 years on Kim K too.
Yeah. It's tough, man. No offense to Kim K, but she's had a lot of work done over the years. But I got respect for the older women, man. Give me Jen Aniston, man. She's still looking good, all natural. Let's go, Jen.
Hey, rolling with Jennifer Aniston on this one. Griffin, I'm not gonna ask you because I know your girl's watching. That's okay, man.
I'm not a Kim K fan at all.
No,
not at all.
I mean, she alright. She just not like all that, but she alright.
She really did a number on Chris Humphries
and Kanye.
She's not a real person.
She's not.
No, she's not.
All right, next up, like I said, random completely. Sofia Vergara versus Mila.
T-Mobile girl.
The AT&T
That is the
AT&T girl. Yeah,
Yes.
AT&T girl.
That's AT&T girl?
Yes. She's notorious for having
Broder
a
is
big,
in love.
Big rack.
Oh.
Broder is in
I don't
love.
like that picture.
Why do you think they always dress her up in the button-up shirts?
That's true too.
That's smart. See, I'm a Verizon guy, so I
am too.
The AT&T, the over-the-shoulder boulder holder, didn't do it for me. I'm going with AT&T. I don't like that picture, but I like her.
Hey, I always been a fan of Sofia Vergara. What's how you pronounce that?
Sofia Vergara.
Vergara, yeah, but she was real good in Griselda, the show on Netflix.
Oh yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, she did a really good job in that. But I always been a fan of her. Give me Sofia.
Okay. I also like one of my favorite Sofia movies. Have you seen Chef? About a dad and his son start a food truck and kind of travel around the country.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's not the star of it, but
yeah.
one of my favorite movies of her.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah. All right, like I said, random completely. Scarlett Johansson versus Alex Daddario.
Oh, Scarlett Joe. ScarJo all day.
ScarJo?
Did you watch True Detective?
Wow.
I
didn't. Who's in True? Is the other girl in True Detective?
Daddario? Go
What's her
watch
name?
True Detective for Alexandra Daddario.
I feel you, but I just always been on the Scarlett Johansson bandwagon. That's Black Widow, man. I can't go against that. Come on.
These are 2 1 seeds in the first round.
This is the toughest one yet.
Pretty much.
Because I might go with left. How do you pronounce her name?
Alex Daddario.
Alex Verdario?
Daddario.
Daddario. Is that 2 Ds?
Yes. Yes. Do you need to see the picture again?
Yes.
Please.
How do you not pick Scarlett Johansson? Look at that.
See, my type is on the left. Like, I don't know if I have it on the left. Shoot, I'm trying to remember. Did you ever see the movie with Scarlett Johansson where she's just the voice? I think it's called Her.
Yeah.
For somehow she's hot even just with her voice. So I'm gonna go with ScarJo.
Okay.
ScarJo.
The Island. I like her outfit in The Island too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2 for ScarJo on that one. All right. No complaints here with that one. Now this next one I don't have a picture for, but I will let you guys battle it out. Kat Dennings versus Beyonce.
Ooh, that's Beyonce though. I like Kat Dennings, but Beyonce all day.
Is Kat Dennings who was in the Super Bowl? Who she had short hair next to Taylor Swift?
Was that her? I'm not sure.
No.
She was on that one show with the waitresses, the two broke girls. Yeah.
Oh, I like her, but Queen Bee wins all day long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She might be winning the whole damn thing, but.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Still rolling.
By the
with
way,
Beyonce
Griffin,
on
we'll
this
cut
one.
this, by the way, so your girl and your family, we can end it after the Michigan State segment.
Griffin, like, what did I get into?
So you don't need to be associated with this.
No, hey,
Tomfoolery.
my girlfriend's way prettier than these girls. We're talking below.
Smart man. That's a smart man right there. That is a smart man right there.
Intelligent.
Very smart man. All right,
Hey,
next up.
I'm just playing with my ball the whole segment.
I bet you are.
Pause. Like I said, random once again. Kate Upton versus Halle Berry.
Oh, Halle Berry.
Halle.
I
Legend.
hate Kate Upton.
You hate her?
I don't hate her.
Yeah, what did Kate Upton do to you?
Yeah, jeez.
She distracted Justin Verlander. She literally distracted. She came onto the scene and the Tigers went a slumping.
Listen, is it a pitcher bias? Is it because you're a pitcher and you didn't land her?
Oh,
maybe. To be honest, though, I don't think she's that attractive. She's not ugly by any means. She's a pretty girl.
I get what you mean.
She's not. I'm not attracted to her at all. Halle Berry's an all-timer.
Legend.
One of the most beautiful women ever.
Still.
All right, we got to hurry this one up to move on to the next round. So
Don't put Halle Berry against Jennifer Aniston.
This is a great game.
So, Christina Hendricks versus Ariel Winter.
I have no clue who these people are.
Wait, you don't
Is
know
that
who
what-
either one of these people are?
I don't think so.
So, Ariel Winter, have you seen the show Modern Family?
Modern Family.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
then Christina Hendricks.
she was the smaller. She was younger
Mad
back
Men,
then.
right?
She was
With
younger back
Hendricks?
there.
She was under 18 on that
Mad
show.
Men, yes, for Christina Hendricks.
And who was the other lady?
Christina Hendricks from Mad Men. She was also in
Oh,
Drive.
yeah.
and
Okay.
A couple other movies too.
She got a nice.
I'm going to
little
go
set.
on the right, just picturing what she might look like in Mad Men. I think that could be a sexy look. The go back in the more classic times. I don't really know either of them. Give me the right. They're going to be taken out of the draft next round.
Just to be different, give me the left. She seems a little on the thicker side, so give me the left.
Kool-Aid or Griffin, you're gonna have to be the tiebreaker on this one, left or right.
I'm just playing with my ball today.
I'm going right. You can never go on the right side. You can never go wrong going right.
Boom.
Right, you rolling with. All right. Lastly, out of this round,
I thought that was Charlie Villanueva.
Cancer patient.
Lastly, out of this round, a classic favorite: Pamela Anderson versus Selma Hayek.
Oh, that's tough. But Selma still look good today. Give me Selma all day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pamela does not look good.
Well, yeah, it's just not what it used to be. We'll say
Yeah,
that.
it is
Seen
not.
way too much of Pamela. I'm going with Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek is so beautiful. She went and bagged up a billionaire for herself.
Wait.
Billionaire.
Rewind.
Move on. Nope.
Yeah, please.
All right. Let's get through these final rounds, you guys. So we got number 17, Emily Ratajkowski versus number 8, Jennifer Aniston.
Give me Emily.
Oh, Aniston. Jen.
Give me Emily.
Oh, you want Emily?
You going
Yeah.
Emily? All right,
Griffin?
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid? I know you're not answering.
Who are we going? Sorry.
Jennifer Aniston versus Emily
Ratajkowski.
Jennifer Aniston.
Boom.
Ratajkowski.
Friends. We're friends.
I mean,
Damn.
she can't age.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Sofia Vergara versus Scarlett Johansson.
I'm going to let you answer first, KG.
Give me ScarJo.
Ditto. Moving on, ScarJo.
ScarJo is moving on now. I didn't think it was going to be that easy, but all right.
Oh, yeah. She's
ScarJo
got
moving on.
some competition coming up here. I can feel it.
She definitely has
I
some
think I
competition
know what the final match
coming
is
up.
going to be.
So next we got number 15, Beyonce versus number 7, Halle Berry.
Oh, I thought this would be the final.
No,
I
it's
thought this
not.
would be the final.
Oh.
Oh,
That's,
my word.
This is horrible for anybody in the black community to pick between these two women.
I can feel the swordfish now.
Great movie, by the
Jesus.
way. Great movie. That's tough, bro. Give me beat.
I'm going Halle Berry.
Got one for Halle Berry?
Yeah, we got the length, her
Clearly,
Cinematic history.
Clearly, I'm into the thickness a little bit. Give me Beyonce, man.
Beyonce. Oh, Kool-Aid Griffin.
We gotta go back to the expert over here. Holy shit!
You're right.
I'm going with the queen herself.
Hey,
Rolling with Beyonce. All right. She
I just respect that game a lot. I respect Jay-Z a lot.
Most def.
All right.
Hey,
she
for the
gets a pass on
culture,
this one.
I gotta talk about that one. Halle Berry.
Yes.
JB.
JB.
It hurt my heart
Rock
to have to
Nation,
not pick
break
her.
the tie.
So I got to break the tie on this one?
Yeah, you do.
I guess I got to go with Beyonce on this one.
Hey.
Queen Bee moves on, Rock Nation.
Queen Bee moves on. And
It's the
lastly, in round 3, Christina Hendricks versus Selma Hayek.
Oh my god.
Selma.
Selma. I don't
Selma?
remember who Christina Hendricks is.
So the redhead.
Oh, yeah, Selma.
Told you all day.
Selma Hayek. All right, your final 4 matchups. Number 17, Emily Ratajkowski versus number 5, Scarlett Johansson.
ScarJo. Scarlett, moving on.
Give me ScarJo.
Skojo. All right. That was unanimous. And also, we got Beyonce versus Selma Hayek.
Beyonce. Yes.
What? Unanimous Beyonce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day long.
I mean, love you, Selma.
You remember the Survivor music video?
All right, your final is Beyonce, a number 15 seed versus Skojo, number 5.
How was Beyonce a 15 seed?
Hey, I randomized all these names. So.
Beyonce for the win.
This is.
I'm sorry, I got
this final.
I got it.
Beyonce versus Skojo.
I would suggest you pick Beyonce or the Beehive would be.
I'm in a lose-lose situation here, but I would pick Beyonce.
Yeah,
let's go, Beyonce, the champ of.
You're champion of the breast bracket challenge. Miss Beyonce.
Let's go.
Shout out to Beyonce on this one.
Great.
Let's go.
JB, you really cooked up. You really cooked up something special there in that segment.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. I didn't know how that one would go, but hey, Beyonce is your champion. Hats off to her, and hats off to the Beehive. No, don't come after us. But that's it for what's trending, you guys.
I just see all names in the chat. Just every chick's name.
It's rigged. Emily gets robbed.
Rigged.
Where is J-Lo? Good call.
Yeah, J-Lo should have been in there.
I tried to put a mixture of not only just the bustiest women that I could find, but also some beautiful women in Hollywood as well too.
Yeah.
J-Lo, I mean, she's kind of hit or miss with her movies, so
yeah. Right. Yeah. The 2 sisters you had in there was 2 of the best. So
I know.
No, it was
I
great.
Put those 2 in there.
It was great. I think the champion is well deserved. That's the number 1 seed. I know she was 15, but you know she's a number 1 seed who took care of business.
I mean, I was riding Sydney Sweeney, so but it's okay.
Yeah. It's like it was destiny.
Yeah.
Child. That will be it for the show. Ending with the breast bracket challenge. You guys fill out your March Madness brackets at woodwardsportsbracket.com. You got to do it before 12:15. I'd recommend doing it before 12 o'clock. March Madness is starting. Michigan State plays Mississippi State at 12:15. Oakland University tonight at 7:10. They face Kentucky, the number 3 seed. We got the Red Wings tonight. We got another Tigers game, I believe. We'll keep you updated on the Cam Sutton situation. We'll talk Kool-Aid McKinstry tomorrow. I'll whip out my Big Mock 3.0 tomorrow. Whoa. We're going to have some fun. We got some incredible guests coming up next week that we're going to announce tomorrow. This is a great time to be a sports fan in Detroit. Patrick Ofiar, I agree with you. You too, Ryan. These are great ones. Both. There's a little chest pass from my guy Kool-Aid. We got KG in the sound booth. KG, appreciate everything you do.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Man, we got Griffin Lacki, our awesome sales guy, on a team with Tim, Brady, everyone in the back doing so much to help this company. Thank you, man. Thanks for teaching us about Michigan State. JB Smooth in the titty booth. Appreciate everything you do for this show
he was really
in the network. Shout out to you. Shout out for putting that breast bracket challenge together. I got to go home and take a nap.
Okay.
Or something. My name is Matt Broder.
Little Jopo.
What was that?
Little Jopo.
Joe Paterno does not belong on this list.
You guys aren't here with the Jopo?
Who's that?
I mean, I'll leave it to the imagination.
Yeah, please do.
I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna think about that off air. I'm gonna think about that. My name is Matt Broder, co-host of Wake Up Woodward with Kool-Aid with Sam Flannel. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in on this Thursday. What do they say on PTI? 23.5 hour break. This will be a 22-hour break. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8.